Hello there, fellow Holocene extinction-causing primates. My name's Tyler, and because this sorry excuse for a science communication video recently pissed me the heck off, today we're talking about 20 animals alive today that are the largest of their kind. We'll start with the relative smallest and work our way up to the absolute biggest. Also, I've spent way too long combing through scientific paper after scientific paper to make this damn video as zoologically up-to-date as possible, so I'm very excited to share my findings with you all, so no reason to dilly-dally. As the most infamous Italian plumber of all time famously says, let's-a go. Number 20. It's no wonder the Japanese gave us kaiju when fearsome-looking creatures like the Japanese spider crab can be found in the waters surrounding their island nation. Fortunately for the thalassophobic, this enormous crustacean is, much like a politician, a bottom feeder and feeds mostly on dead and decaying plant and animal matter on the ocean floor. Nevertheless, this species is able to grow so big it's claimed the title of largest crab alive today. The largest individual on record had a leg span of 12 feet and weighed over 30 pounds. Number 19. Native to 5 Indonesian islands, the Komodo dragon eats a considerable amount of carrion but will also hunt large hoofed mammals. In recent years, this real-life smaug has been shown to actually breathe fire, and by that I mean it has a venomous bite. This makes it not only the largest lizard alive today, but also falling only behind Tom Hardy as the largest living venomous land animal. The largest Komodo dragon on record in the wild measured 10 feet long and weighed 180 pounds excluding stomach contents. Number 18. Running up to 38 miles per hour, the common ostrich, which is not to be confused with the uncommon ostrich, is considered the most dangerous bird on the planet, terminating 2 to 3 people per year in South Africa alone. But before you make fun of someone for exiting the game due to an oversized chicken, consider this. The common ostrich is also the largest bird alive today. The largest individuals weigh 330 pounds and stand up to 9 feet tall, which I believe is also the minimum height requirement for men to be considered attractive these days. Number 17. The giant Pacific octopus is found in the colder waters of the coastal North Pacific, because who wants to be warm when you can freeze your ink sac off in Alaska? It eats everything from crustaceans to small bony fishes to squid and other octopuses. Surprisingly, it has also been documented eating Jaws' little cousins and was shown even having the gall to drown and presumably eat a sea gull in 2012. Such a voracious appetite makes sense when you consider it's the largest octopus alive today, with the heaviest individual on record having weighed 437 pounds. Number 16. The word gorilla is said to mean tribe of hairy women. No, seriously, look it up. At up to 485 pounds, the largest of these hairy women is the eastern lowland gorilla. This subspecies of eastern gorilla is listed as critically endangered, and today less than 6,000 individuals roam their native Central Africa. One simple way you can help the largest primate, excluding American humans, alive today, stay alive today is by recycling your old smartphones. These devices contain the mineral coltan, which is extensively mined in Central Africa, often under conditions that degrade the environment and violate human rights. Alternatively, you could, just not buy a brand new smartphone practically every other week. Just saying. Number 15. Very little is actually known about the giant squid. In fact, until 2002, a live one had never been photographed. Do note that the 2002 individual was tied to a wharf where it died not long after, so even though Hollywood loves to depict giant squid as voracious sea monsters, who's the real monster? Anyway, with the longest individual on record having measured nearly 40 feet, this species is the longest known squid alive today. However, maxing out at around 440 to 620 pounds, it's not the largest. That title goes to its colossal cousin. Teehee! Number 17. The tiger, also known as El Tigre or the cat in striped pajamas, is popularly thought to be the largest wildcat alive today. And the largest subspecies of tiger is the Amur tiger of northeastern Asia. The largest wild Amur tiger on record weighed 676 pounds. However, it should be noted that on average, lions weigh more than tigers in the wild, much to the dismay of Frosted Flakes fanboys everywhere. This is largely because, unlike with lions, tiger size varies widely across its distribution in between subspecies, ranging from the dwarf-adjacent Sumatran tiger to the aforementioned jumbo Amur tiger. Number 13. An invertebrate is any animal that lacks a spine, and the largest spineless creature alive today is not Joffrey Baratheon, but the colossal squid. Known only from a small pool of individuals, this massive mollusk has never been filmed in its natural environment, which is thousands of feet below the surface of the sea in the Southern Ocean. The largest colossal squid on record weighed 1,901 pounds, but based on beaks found in Moby Dick's stomach, the species likely gets much bigger. Number 12. The moose, which is actually a species of deer, is said to have the most impressive rack in the animal kingdom. Sorry, Laura Croft. Like most deer, only males possess antlers, and during the sexy season, they use them to attract mates and battle for dominance. A bull moose's antlers can measure over 6 feet wide and weigh up to 90 pounds, but its antlers aren't this oversized Bambi's only gargantuan feature. With its overall body weighing up to 1,433 pounds and standing 6.5 feet tall at the shoulder, this is also the largest deer alive today. Number 11. Native to the Arctic and adjacent areas, the polar bear is considered both terrestrial and pagophilic, which just means ice-living, so put your cancel the polar bear hashtags away, please. It's mostly carnivorous, and its diet predominantly consists of seals. In fact, the polar bear is debatably the largest land carnivore alive today, with adult males weighing between 660 and 1,760 pounds. Sadly, the species is threatened by a recent global warming-induced decline in sea ice. Also, yes, the average global temperature is indeed increasing at a rapid rate. I don't care if it's cold where you are, Mr. Politician. Number 10. In the late 18th century, there were an estimated 60 million bison in North America. Then, white man did as white men do, and as part of the subjugation of Native Americans, the vast bison herds, which were a major resource for the Native Americans' traditional way of life, were culled down to just 541 individuals by 1889. Thankfully, recovery efforts have been largely successful, and roughly 31,000 of the largest land animals alive today in North America roam the Great Plains once again. The largest wild American bison weigh around 1 ton. Number 9. Found in coastal areas from northern Australia to Southeast Asia and eastern India, the saltwater crocodile can spend days or even weeks out at sea, which is something no other crocodile species has been seen doing. Cowards. It is considered an opportunistic, hypercarnivorous apex predator, which basically just means it will ambush, drown, and swallow practically any animal that enters its territory. This, of course, is much like a... no, I'm definitely not going to finish that one. Anyway, the saltwater crocodile is the largest reptile alive today, and one of the largest individuals on record was Lo Long, a 20.2 foot, 1.2 ton supposed man-eater from the Philippines. Number 8. Traditionally, giraffes have been thought of as a single species, Giraffa camelopardalis. However, recently, some scientists got their hands on some giraffe DNA, gross, and after doing a bunch of scientific things, they propose we ought to recognize 4 distinct species that are distinguishable by their unique patterns. Regardless, giraffes are still the tallest land animal alive today. The tallest living giraffe is Forrest, an 18.7 foot tall male at the Australian royal family's zoo. That said, in terms of weight, which is what this video is really about if you haven't caught on already, giraffes are lighter than you may have expected. The largest individuals weigh about 2.1 tons. Number 7. Having narrowly avoided being renamed the moderately okay Caucasian shark, the great white still has an uphill battle to fight in regards to its tainted public image. Thanks to movies like Jaws and so-called documentaries like Shark Week, this species has a fearsome reputation. However, in reality, humans are not among this fish's preferred prey of marine mammals. Additionally, most individuals aren't nearly as big as you may think. Males reach only 11 to 13 feet, and females only get about 15 to 16 feet. Sizes are often overestimated because, let's face it, it sounds cooler to say you were nibbled by a bigger fish. That said, some do occasionally get fairly large, with the species attaining a maximum weight of around 2.2 tons. This is, therefore, the largest predatory fish alive today. Number 6. The word hippopotamus comes from the ancient Greek for river horse, and as such, seeing hippos in South Africa in 2023 is as close as I'll ever come to realizing my childhood dream of experiencing the water horse movie IRL. After elephants and rhinoceroses, this African herbivore is the next largest land animal alive today, with adult males reaching up to 3.5 tons in weight. However, despite liking them big and liking them chunky, hippos can run over 19 miles per hour for short distances. This is just one of the reasons this terrestrial leviathan is able to kill more people per year than another large wild animal. Number 5. The white rhinoceros is one of 2 rhinos native to Africa. Unlike its compatriot, the black rhino, this species possesses flat, wide lips which are used for smooching as well as grazing on grasses and other low-lying veggies. It's also the largest rhino alive today, with bulls weighing up to 4 tons. The white rhino comes in 2 flavors. There's the populous southern subspecies and the critically endangered northern one, of which there are only 2 geriatric females left. Much hyped innovations like Rhino IVF, no seriously, may provide some hope, but with the technology being far from perfect and time running out, many experts consider the northern white rhinoceros functionally extinct. Anyway, on that uplifting note, let's continue the countdown. Number 4. 2 things immediately stand out about the male southern elephant seal when you see one. Firstly, they're huge as hell, and secondly, they have very big noses. In regard to the former, there are, in fact, the largest seal alive today, and the largest individual on record measured 22.5 feet long and weighed 5.5 tons. These aren't your granny's harbor seals. Anyway, in regard to the latter, their large Squidward-like schnauzes, called probosces, are used to amplify their roars, especially during the sex season when they guard harems of females. Females that, might I add, are up to 10 times smaller than the males. In human terms, that's like Shaq dating Snooki. Number 3. African bush elephants, much like other elephant species, are considered extremely intelligent. They've been observed displaying behaviors associated with grief, mimicry, altruism, compassion, and self-awareness. The jury, however, is still out on whether the distantly related George Bush elephant also shows these signs of high intelligence. Anyway, in addition to being highly intelligent, the African bush elephant is also rather obviously quite big. It's the largest land animal alive today, in fact, and the biggest individual on record stood 13 feet tall and weighed an estimated 11.5 tons. Number 2. The prospect of a whale-sized shark may sound scary to some, but in reality, the whale shark is one of only 3 filter-feeding sharks and dines almost exclusively on tiny plankton and small bony fishes. It can be found in tropical ocean waters all around the globe and is the largest fish alive today, with a small 40-ish foot individual having weighed around 16.5 tons. But as the famous Star Trek character Gandalf once said, there's always a bigger fish, and the longest whale shark on record measured 61.7 feet. And it's about damn time. Number 1. The blue whale is the largest animal ever as far as current science is concerned. Sure, it's possible some prehistoric marine reptile, sauropod dinosaur, or ancient cetacean rivaled the blue beast, as it shall henceforth be known, in size, but their history. Let's focus on the giants that still roam our planet, shall we? I was just kidding, prehistoric fauna. I still love you. Please don't leave me. Anyway, despite like the aforementioned whale shark being a mere filter feeder, the blue beast is huge. The largest individual on record measured 108 feet and based on the latest estimate weighed anywhere between 278 and 301 tons. To put that in perspective, that's as large as a fully loaded Boeing 747 or alternatively, your mother. Mic drop, I'm out.